Hello everyone. Today we have trading session. We will trade futures, and also we can make trades reviews. So if you have any trades you want to discuss or to have it review, so you can send it to our Telegram channel, or you can try to send the link right here in the YouTube comments. So right now I'm watching Nasdaq and S&P. I already had few trades, one on Nasdaq in the morning, and I wasn't sure, and actually I closed it too early. And there was also a trade on S&P, and my target was just one tick above this peak. So I wasn't lucky today to take the profit, and it was closed by stop loss, because I was sure that the price would never come back to the level of buying, and that's why I put my stop loss there. And before news, it's better to protect yourself, so it's better to play stop loss at break even. And now we have a strong trend on the Nasdaq, uptrend, and there is still sideways on the S&P, and we can mark this channel as 41.44 and 41.53. So actually I am not thinking that we will have nice opportunities on the Nasdaq today, because I think it changed its trend and it's going upwards. So I think it's better we try to make some trades on S&P, or maybe some other instruments. We will discuss it later. But also we can, as you see, I have alert at 13,047. So if somehow price goes up to that level, maybe we will consider a long trade, because actually buy levels there are many buy levels below that point, and I will mark them. So actually from 13,040 up to 13,020 we can open a long trades. And it's quite strong level, because as we see, there is on 1 hour time frame we have I can say old range. It started 16, even 15 April, or it was Friday, so I think it was 14 Friday. And price came back to this range, so I think we can have a retest here, and let's draw a scenario that we can use here today on the Nasdaq. So we can wait for the price retracement, and then we can open a trade if we have a proper confirmation around these levels. And on S&P the situation is way better. I don't think it's way better, it's not correct, but the price is already near nice levels. But the problem is that I don't see a nice support formed by the volumes, because I can see a big resistance right here at this area, and these volumes will push the price down. So if the price comes to nice levels, for example 41, 46, and if you get proper volume at this level, we can open it long, because the stop loss could be quite small, around like 12 ticks. It's around $150. And the profit target, it could be really nice, because I think the price can reverse at that point and make about 100 ticks or even more. So if you look at 1 hour time frame on S&P, we could have similar picture. The price is at the bottom of the range, and we can see a retracement here. So we need a proper entry point, and the best entry point here is around 41.48 up to 41.43. So let's wait for the price retracement here. And also we can discuss another assets like crude oil. Let's open it, because as you know, we can't have trade just anywhere. We can't just open a long trade or a short trade just because we can see that the price can go higher, because the trade should be lucrative. It means the profit ratio, risk reward ratio should be at least 1 to 3. Like if you risk $100, we should get at least $300 per $100 of risk. And in this way we need patience. We have to wait until price pulls back to a proper level, so we can have this nice risk reward ratio. And in this case, as I told you, these levels are 41, 48. Yeah, we can start looking for a long trade at that point. Or if we look, for example, let's open crude oil. This is the opposite here. At crude oil we have a downtrend, and actually it's a pity, but I don't see any nice level on higher time frames here. So probably we skip crude oil today, because there was a big gap here, and I think the first level we could have at the crude oil somewhere around $75, which is far away from the current price. So I don't think we can have a long trade here, but we could look for short trades. And as you see, I have alert at 78.18. So it means I'm interested in this level to open a short trade, because if the price breaks through this level, we could have a good trade. It's quite strong level. If we mark like day high, day low, so it's a little bit above the mid of the current day. And it means there could be a really nice level, and it could be held by the sellers. So let's see what happened at 17.18. We can drop our alert a bit lower, because we need some time to react. And if we just put it at 78.18, I don't think we will have enough time to have a proper reaction. So for now we just placing alerts at all assets we consider to trade today. And also we can look at gold futures. Guys, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I'm ready to answer your questions. So what can we do on gold here? I marked one level. I don't have any alerts here yet, but this level is quite interesting for us, 2024, and it means we can open a trade here. But as always, we need confirmation, and I want a good entry point. So for now, I don't see big volumes at that point on 4-hour time frame. Maybe 1 hour time frame will give us different information. Let's see. So the volumes are increasing, but yet not enough. So we need a better volumes here, larger volumes, and then we can consider opening a short trade, because I think that gold could have reversed here a few days ago, and we could have a downward trend at the point. So if you look at 1 hour time frame, I can say that we have few strong levels here. The first one is 2024, right here. We have seen that this level was tested twice already, and the next level, which is the strongest one, the strongest sell level, it could be at 2055 and it's really like the strongest short sell level we can have. But I'm not sure that today or maybe even tomorrow the price can go up to that level. So it could happen that price can reverse even at this level. And because we are not trying to take a large profit here, we are day trading, and we can't keep our trades overnight because of the rules. We can consider even trades from weaker levels like 2024, but right here I don't see a proper reaction yet, and actually I'm ready to open a trade if I see nice volumes, nice reaction. Maybe it could happen a bit later, so we just watch this instrument. And actually, if you want to analyze any other asset you have in mind, just post it in comment, and we can make some discussion on it. So for now, like all scenarios made, what I'm expecting to see at GC, I'm expecting to see better volumes. So we have like few options. We can wait for a better confirmation here. It means I better draw it for you. Give me a moment. So the first scenario, if you don't see proper volumes here, and I don't see already this reaction is not enough for me, so the only way we can open a trade here is better volumes. So maybe after some time, if volumes increased here, we can open a short trade. But if it doesn't happen and price drops down here, yeah, we could wait for a retracement, and then we open our short trade around 2020 or 2021, somewhere at this point, yeah, at this area. And again, we could do this with a confirmation like volumes, or we can just use a limit order, and in that case we can place our order a bit higher. So we trying to make our trade as precise as possible. And now because we don't see nice volumes, big volumes here, the scenario that I expect the most relevant, yeah, and most real is a pullback at least to 2014, and then on another pullback up we can look for a short trade. So for now we can't do any trade here because I'm not sure that we will not go a bit higher and then again a bit higher, because the level is quite wide on 1 hour time frame. The price can go up to 2026, and I will not consider this level as broken, because the level here starts from this point and it goes up to this point. So until the mid of this level is not breached by the price, we can consider this level as unbreached, yeah? Consider this level as a strong one. And when the price pulls back a bit lower, we will get a confirmation to open a short trade. So we have around 40 minutes, and I think it is enough for the price to retrace and come back to 2021 or 2022 here, and we could have a short trade at gold. I don't see any retracement right now at Nasdaq or S&P. The price just rises, and it means no one knows when the retracement will happen, because to have a long trade here, if you want to do it with a proper risk, like low risk and nice risk reward ratio, we have to make a trade from a nice level. And the first level that could be used for opening a trade is 13,100. And if price breaks through this level, we can have a trade at that point. So we can put a limit order here, not a limit order, I mean alert. So alert is set. I'll place it a bit higher, so we have more time for the reaction. And we see a retracement on gold, but we need bigger one to open a trade, because the volatility is quite high on gold today. Even small retracement is around 100 ticks. Today the price made 200 ticks. Am I right? Yeah, it's around 200 ticks. So the risk could be also a bit higher than usual, because usually I do not trade gold with a risk higher than 15 ticks. I think it's quite good risk for gold, but to achieve this kind of risk we need some patience, and we need proper level, so we could have really nice opportunity here. Guys, what are you trading today? Have you had any trades? Because I had only two, S&P and Nasdaq. I showed you in the beginning. Was it successful? Your trades on Nasdaq today? Okay, this is almost proper reaction for gold, but anyway, I want to see the price a bit lower. At least it should go below 2015, and then we can look for a short trade. And we have a breakout of day low on the crude oil. But I don't want to open any long trade while the price is in a downward trend. Yeah, there is a nice volume. No, actually only big trade, no nice volumes. Only a big trade, and which is also not so big, so we skip this level, and we don't need alert here anymore. I'm not trying to trade counter trend because it's quite risky. And sometimes, yeah, we have opportunity to go counter trend, but we need proper base for that kind of trade. We need really big volumes, like extremely large volumes, and we need also a level. And we don't have either level or volumes here, so we don't make any long trade here. I don't want to even think about it because it's quite risky. But I like gold. I like the situation here. So okay, let's see where you made the trade. $13.75. It's like kind of breakout strategy, yeah? When the price breaks through the level and you understand that it will go higher. Yeah, it's a nice trade, but I don't like this kind of trades because it's like a bit stressful. You have to watch this trade all the time if it break through the level properly or it starts to retrace back. So I prefer to make a trade just exactly at nice level. But it's a working strategy if you understand the potential profit and you understand that this is a real breakthrough. So yeah, it works. But there was a better opportunity actually. I've told you before in my previous streams that I prefer to trade false breakout, but I wasn't present that moment near my terminal. I was preparing for this webinar, so there was an opportunity to trade a false breakout, and it works nice. And you always have like really low risk in this kind of trades, and I think this is the best strategy, and especially on a Nasdaq, because it happens quite often. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's a bit risky to make this kind of trades because, especially on the US opening, like it was, I think, around just 1 minute after the US session opened, and the price could easily go back, and quite fast. So I prefer not to make this kind of trades because, it makes a lot of stress, and then you can make a lot of mistakes if something goes wrong. So it's better to make trading less stressful, because anyway I think trading could not be not stressful. It's always about losing money or making money, and even if you are making money, you could have stress thinking where to close this trade, how to close it at which level. So anyway, it can give this stress. But to make it less stressful, it's better to wait for a really nice opportunity when you're sure you don't have big risk. And frankly saying, I'm mostly trading options last months, and I found it less stressful. Yeah, maybe 1371. I'm reading a comment. So, is it enough for us, this kind of retracement on a gold? I don't think it's enough. So, if it is not enough, but price goes to our level, which is 2022, we can consider a short trade here. But because it will be more risky, because firstly I expected the price goes lower than 2015, and if it doesn't happen, anyway we can consider a short trade here, but we will use micro contracts, because I don't want to have a big risk if I'm not sure in the trade. And I can see that gold, S&P and Nasdaq, they're going higher. Higher and higher. I placed 2 alerts on gold, so we don't miss our chance to open a trade here. Okay, we can try to just make some scalp trades. I'll open micro contracts here. The volatility is really nice, so we can try to make some scalps on a Nasdaq. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, we have to wait until the price comes to any of our levels on gold, and there is still enough time for that. No, I don't have any groups for teaching right now, but I can teach you personally. So if you're interested in taking a course, I can give you a contact of my manager that can help you, explain you. Вы понимаете английский или нет? Потому что здесь больше для англоязычных. So what we are waiting on a Nasdaq. First of all, we can try to open a long trade around 13,100. This is our priority here, because I think that here we could have a nice long trade. But anyway, it depends on the confirmation. I will not open any trade here without confirmation. And also we can open a short trade if price goes back to 13,150. Yeah, there were buyers 13,130, but this is not a level of priority for us for buying. We can open a short trade around, not anymore actually. Yeah, before the price breached 13,130, we could have opened a short trade around 13,150. Тогда напишите мне лично, мы обсудим по обучению, если будет интересно. Потому что здесь мы говорим на английском языке. So, and now if price drops to 13,100, 108, we need proper volumes. And I think we can have around 13,090. This is the lowest point. We can open a long trade. If price goes lower, it means it will go to the next level, which is around 13,060 or even lower, like 13,040. Because I don't think the price will go, even if this level is broken, 13,100, 103 or 4, doesn't matter actually here. I don't think it will happen without a pullback. So I'm expecting here something like that. Or this is the first scenario, or something like that. So we have two scenarios. The first one, when price drops to somewhere around 13,040, and the more real scenario, the price goes higher. But actually any of them can happen. Because I don't see a strength on S&P. If on a Nasdaq we have breached a few levels, so it means like the buyers are stronger and stronger, but if you look at S&P, none of sell levels were broken through, so it means the buyers are not strong enough. And it means that the price could drop below, or at least it can retest 41.45 or 41.46. So that's why I need I can consider also a short trade here on the Nasdaq. Because how did the question was how I calculated how far price can go. It's very easy. You just open a chart and look how far usually price breaks through the level. So you will understand the approximately, usually it's around like 40 to 80 ticks on US session. So you just measure this size from your level, and you will understand how far the price can go. And we came here to 13,090, and if it goes lower, it means the breakthrough was real, not a false one, and we don't have a right to open a long trade anymore. Is it clear? So actually the chart is telling you everything you need You don't need any other information here. And I see nice volumes here, so we can expect price around here. And if it goes there, we can open a short trade and wait for the level of 13,100, 110. And gold goes lower. That's good. So we can have a proper confirmation. And I separate, like I have nice trades when I have nice opportunities. I'm using full size contracts, but if I don't have nice opportunity, no good level, no good confirmation, so I will trade micro contracts. And now I choose micro contracts on a Nasdaq because I'm not sure at this level, first of all, because we have a strong uptrend right now. I mean on the lower time frames, like 1 minute, 5 minute time frame, we can say that there is an uptrend on a Nasdaq. So to open a short trade here, we need really nice confirmation. And it doesn't, even if we have good confirmation on a Nasdaq, it doesn't mean it will be succeed, because to open a short trade on a Nasdaq is way harder than to open a long trade, to have a good trade. Guys, I don't use Fibonacci because you do not understand the logic of it. Like you can't just say that oh, it's 50%, so it's okay. Anyway, the price bounces of the levels only, and sometimes it coincides with Fibonacci. But if you understand the chart, you don't need any Fibonacci, and you will be the same precise as Fibonacci. But if you have Fibonacci, anyway, you have questions at which level, at 160% or 200% or 220 or 38%, you should close or open your trade, your position. So it's actually same. You have a choice of levels, but you don't understand the logic of these levels, and like you behave as a blind. But if you want to understand the reality and you want to understand how market works, you should see the levels only. You should see the chart. That's enough, because everything is already included in the chart itself. And I'm upset with gold because I was sure it will be enough for us. We will have enough time to open a trade here, but the volatility dropped down, and I don't know when the price will come back to any of these levels, but I'll show you the scenario. I'll repeat it again, what we want to do here. So this is a 7 level. Okay, we can open a short trade here, and we have two options. The first one, when price drops somewhere not lower than 2014, so then we can open a short trade here, but it should go lower than 2016. Okay, so if price goes to this area, it means we will have a proper confirmation to open a short trade at 2021 or even 2022, somewhere here. This is the best scenario we can have. And the second option, if price doesn't reach 2016 and it retraces back to 2021 or 2022, so we still can have this short trade here, but we need as big volume as it could happen here. So we can see the volumes here and here, compare it with volumes at that level, and then we can make a decision. If the volumes are appropriate, we can open a trade at that point. If not, we do not open any trade. If price goes below 2014 and then pulls back to 2020, we don't have any short trade here. It's forbidden to open a short trade. So actually 3 scenarios we can have here. Okay, is it clear? Because we have only 10 minutes and I don't think it's enough to open, to have a trade, to have a price at this level, because we consider only this level as appropriate for opening a trade. I'm not looking for long trades here because I'm bearish on gold, and I think that we could have a really nice opportunity to open a short trade. Like if you trade long term, I'll show you my plan on gold. This is daily time frame. So actually, so price dropped down to 12.15 on 20.15 on gold. That's good. So if gold drops down here, it can go up to 1800 and even lower. This is the first target, number 1, and there are also target number 2, but number 1 is enough. Even if we open a trade at this point, we have this kind of risk and we can have this kind of profit. So it's around 550 ticks of risk and 2000 ticks of profit. So we can have $20,000 profit against 5,000 risk. But still 5,000 is quite big risk here. That's why I'm not trying to open a trade at this point. I expect the price retrace higher. There are many levels on 1 hour time frame and 4 hours time frame. I'll show you them. So the first like 2044, 2054 or 55. So these are the levels that we can use for opening a short trade. And the risk, even if you open a trade from 2044, is only 2,000 and 20,000 of profit. So 1 to 10 risk reward to the first target. I think this is really nice trade. And it was waiting for a retracement here. So let's wait for it. And if price goes back to 2020, we can consider a short trade at this point. Not with that target I told you around 1800, but maybe like we can have this small profit around 100 ticks here. And I missed Nasdaq, explaining my scenario on gold. See how this level works. Yeah, I showed you this level 13,150, and the price retraces here. This level make the price bounce, and that's nice. And because we will finish our stream in 5 minutes, I'll show you my scenario on Nasdaq, because you need a scenario for all trades, for every trade you make. Otherwise, trading will be stressful and not so profitable as it could be if you have a proper plan for every trade you make. So yeah, I missed this opportunity to open a short, and I think the first target for this short trade is 13,100. Does it mean that we can open a long trade here? Yes, we can open a long trade between these two levels, 13,100 and 13,090. But only after confirmation, because Nasdaq is really crazy and is I think one of the most volatile instruments. So if price drops, actually price can drop, as I told you before, to 13,040 or even lower, and that doesn't suit us if you want to open a long trade here. So we need to watch this level, and we can open a trade only after proper confirmation. So you know the level, and I think you can understand the volume you need. The level is exactly like somewhere, I will make it a bit wider, 13,109, because sometimes price doesn't reach the level itself, and it bounces off earlier, and for that case I'm setting my alert a bit higher. And on a gold, we have false breakout. So it means no short trade here, because I think the price will go higher, maybe to 2026. So we still have this alert. I will place it a bit lower, 2025. And I still keep my alert at 2024. I want to see the reaction on this level. So remember, no short trades here. So I think we can have one more level at Nasdaq. It's already formed, 13,120. And we still have a few minutes, so maybe we have a trade here. Okay guys, I have to finish my stream. It was a pleasure to having you here today. You can subscribe to my channel so you will not miss our next trading session. I wish you luck. I wish you nice trades, profits. See you next time.